Hi there. You ever wonder what really separates a pretty good trip from an absolutely unforgettable one? Well, it's not just where you go, it's all about the design. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the secret behind every amazing journey, itinerary planning.
Seriously, think about it for a sec. We've all been on those trips that felt, well, a little all over the place, right? And then there are the ones where everything just clicks. So, what's that secret ingredient that turns a simple vacation into a real adventure?
You guessed it, it is the plan. A really well thought out itinerary is kind of like the invisible architecture holding the whole thing up. It's what turns a random collection of places and things to do into a cohesive story.
Okay, so let's get into it. To really understand how to build a fantastic trip, we've got to first understand the pros tool for taming all that travel chaos. So, what even is an itinerary? Well, let me tell you, it's so much more than a simple to-do list. Think of it as your master roadmap, a document that details not just what you're going to do, but the when, the where, and the how of your entire trip. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. A program might just list visit the Eiffel Tower. An itinerary, on the other hand, is going to tell you the date, the exact time, how you're getting there, and what's happening right after. It basically takes a list of ideas and turns it into a complete, actual product you could sell.
And this picture just nails it. Before you have that itinerary, you just have a bunch of separate pieces, right? A flight confirmation here, a hotel booking there, a museum ticket. The itinerary is the magic thread that weaves them all together into one single, smooth, and honestly stress-free experience.
Okay, so if we're the architects of our own adventure, what kind of blueprints are we working with? Well, it turns out there isn't just one type of itinerary. They actually evolve as the plan starts to come to life. We can pretty much break them down into three main types. First, you've got your rough idea, the sketch. That's your skeletal itinerary. Then you get into the nitty-gritty with the blueprint, the technical itinerary. And finally, you have the brochure, the descriptive itinerary, which makes it all sound amazing. So here's how that works. The skeletal is just your first draft, a bare bones outline. The technical is where you add all the critical operational stuff. We're talking flight numbers, timings, addresses. And that descriptive version? That's the one that tells a story. It's designed to get the traveler totally hyped for the trip. All right, let's get practical. How do you actually make one of these incredible plans? It's time to open up the playbook and look at the rules for crafting a perfect itinerary. Before you even start plugging in dates and times, you have to think about these four pillars. First, the route. Does it make sense, or are you zigzagging all over the place wasting time? Then, pacing. Is it right for the people on the trip? You wouldn't plan the same trip for spring breakers as you would for retirees. Third, interests. Are you actually doing stuff they'll love? And finally, the details. You've got to check for things like local holidays, museum closing times, or even the weather. And here are some golden rules. You know, the real do's and don'ts. Do your homework on how you're getting from place to place. Do have all the contact info you need in one spot. And please, please do build in some buffer time for delays. On the flip side, don't cram every single minute with activities. You need room for a little spontaneity. And a classic rookie mistake. Don't forget that just getting from point A to point B takes time. So, we know how to plan, but a huge piece of the puzzle is who are we planning for? Because, the needs of someone traveling solo are worlds apart from a big tour group. The itinerary has to reflect that. Exactly! I mean, look at this. A plan for a quiet, independent beach trip is going to look nothing like the plan for a big group tour hitting all the historical sites. The entire vibe, the pacing, the activities, everything has to be custom fit. One size definitely does not fit all here. In the travel world, this really breaks down into two main flavors, FIT and GIT. FIT stands for Free Independent Traveler. This is someone who wants a totally customized, super flexible trip and is willing to pay a bit more for it. Then you have GIT, or Group Inclusive Tour. This is perfect for travelers who prefer a pre-planned, more budget-friendly trip and like the security of being in a group with a guide. And, when it comes right down to it, it's this. This quote from our source material really just cuts right to the chase. For a lot of people, that choice between a super flexible independent trip and a value-packed group tour, it all comes down to the bottom line. So as we bring all this home, let's circle back to that central idea of what really makes a journey truly great. At the end of the day, this is the thing to remember.
A great itinerary just works quietly in the background. It's that smart, thoughtful structure that makes sure everything flows smoothly so you're free to just be in the moment and, actually make some memories.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. For your next trip, are you going to be the architect, designing every last detail? Or are you more of a passenger, happy to enjoy a journey that someone else has expertly put together? There's really no wrong answer, but knowing which one you are is the very first step to your perfect adventure.